If you want the best schemes created by the best players in the world, head over to acemadden.com, get yourself a membership, and make sure to use code ACE for 10% off at checkout. What's up, guys? It's your boy Ace, and today we're going to be talking about a few of my preview plays from my new Zona Air Raid offense that I just posted on acemadden.com. Over 50 setups out of this playbook, which is the Arizona Cardinals playbook. We go over open flex, cluster halfback strong, spread-wise slot. So if you guys like running off meta, I highly recommend taking a look at my ebook. Like I said, you can find that on acemadden.com. And let's go ahead and get into the breakdown. So there's quite a few plays I like out of this formation itself, cluster halfback strong. So I'll go ahead and show you a few of my setups out of this formation. And like I said, I have over 50 setups, so these are just going to be a few of them. But I'll show you like one of my favorite setups out of this play, which is going to be in route your tight end. By the way, you want to run this with your strong side on the short side. So if the ball is on the right hash, you're going to want your strong side to be on the right side. So I like to in route my tight end. I like to out route my slot receiver. And then this is how we run the play. So I don't really like drags this year. Personally, I like the way that these in routes run just a little bit more, especially from these positions that don't get pressed. But really what makes this play good is the post and the wheel route. So what's going to happen is the post is going to get over pretty much everything. It's also going to get separation versus man coverage, but also the wheel route from the running back is going to beat like pretty much every single zone. And you're going to see it's because what happens is the flat zone is going to go out with the out route, and then the post route pushes deep zones back. So unlike gun bunch, the wheel route is on the same side as the post. So that gives us a window here pretty much every single time versus really any zone. So you're going to see this is going to be very consistent. Right here against cover 2, I mean, it's going to be a massive hole. Going to be a very, very big hole. And the reason for that, of course, is the post being on the same side as the wheel. You see how the deep half has to go towards the middle of the field. Even though he's not technically covering the post is actually open as well. But you see why he gets open like this. And if we get just a little bit better of a throw and a rack, that could easily be a touchdown. I'll show you that the post is going to be open versus man. And I just love this play. I mean, it's going to beat every coverage, and you do not need additional route abilities to run this play. As you can see, just get time. That was a really bad pocket by me. The wheel route was going to be wide open. Let's just have better pocket this time. So right here, if you see this kind of look, and you really just want to make sure that, you know, you get everybody picked up. Let's say that you know they're blitzing. You can maybe do something like this. Motion block this guy. And you won't have an underneath option, but you will have this post if it doesn't get usered. Now, let's say that you want to have an underneath option and have that block. What I would probably do is this. Flat route your ISO and then run it like this. So it's man coverage. The only problem is when you run it like this, the only route that's going to really beat man is going to be this post. So if they user the post, you got to take off with your quarterback or throw it away. So this is a really good man and zone beater when it's set up like this. Just keep in mind when you start making the adjustments and, you know, motion blocking your tight end, you know, it's not going to be quite as effective. So you are kind of better off sending 5 out. So that's going to be one of our setups out of mesh post. Let's go ahead and talk about PA read. So PA read is a play that I go over a lot in the ebook because it gives us the ability to block with our tight end. As you can see, we have a delay block, and that, you know, it's helpful because we have standard hot routes here. We don't have like delay fades, and we don't have the ability to block him. He goes on a hitch, which is one of the reasons I like this formation over bunch personally. Just like from a personal standpoint, I don't think the formation is better than bunch itself. I just like having, you know, the slants and the zigs and stuff. But my point is this play does allow you to block the tight end. So what I like to do is flat the ISO, slants the slot receiver, and then option route the running back. So the slant's going to beat man. The option route's going to beat man. The out route's going to beat man. And then our first read is going to be the ISO side flat. So let's go ahead and read that. And by the way, this is not one of my better setups out of this. I usually use slot apprentice to, really get this formation really good. Get this play really good. But this is one of my non-additional route setups. But, I still do like it. It's just, it kind of depends on. So if you read this, read the flat first, you can get 10, 15 yards if they play like a cover 3 more often than not, because they're just going to just back up completely. So right here, could have maybe thrown the option. He's going to sit versus zone. And your tight end is always going to be your last option. So right here, read the flat. So as you can see, this option is going to, he made a pretty good animation on the ball. If that's an acrobat, maybe it's a pick, but you can rely on the slant, on the out route. Slant got kind of bagged there, but this is going to be open as well versus man. But I really like throwing to the running back because he's probably the most consistent man beater in the game between the option routes and the in routes and the out routes. So as you can see, this flat is going to be open a ton. If your opponent's playing a lot of cover 3, that's going to be a very easy read for you. So that's basically PA read. I have much better setups, with a additional route. I'll show you. You could do something like this. So I'll show you one last setup. I like to put this guy on a crosser and then motion him over. You do need slot apprentice for that, or hot route master, of course. But I was trying to hit the crosser. You also have the backside dig. That the reason I like this setup so much is, let me just get a better rep here, and I'll show you why I like it so much. This might be a blitz. I'm going to block my running back just so I can show you. So obviously this is one of the reasons I like it, but let me get more detailed with it. So if you look, you're going to see, we have the depth to get over, a standard cloud. But what I like is this guy's attacking the hard flats after he releases from his block. And then this guy is attacking another layer of depth. So basically we're attacking 3 different depths on the right sideline, which means even if they run double Mabel, one of these will be open if they don't user basically the middle one. So what I mean by that is, if they have like a 25-yard cloud flat and they have like a 0-yard hard flat and they user this dig, then yes, everything will be taken away except for maybe the running back if you put him on his in route. But it's just really solid for attacking 3 different levels of depth on the right sideline. So as you can see, this is going to be wide open. So it's going to be PA read. I have 7 different setups out of that in the ebook. It's one of my favorite plays, but it does kind of require a slot apprentice. Okay, so we'll talk about verticals now. And one of the setups I like to do out of this is streak RB, slant the tight end, and option route the running back. So the reason I like this so much is, even though cover 3 was patched, you can still kind of beat cover 3. This was originally like a cover 3 bomb that was just like easily a 1-play touchdown regardless of what side the middle third safety was on. So let's go ahead and call it here. But as you can see, when the opposite side safety from the cluster is rotating over, he's not going to be able to make a play on it. So go ahead and look. You're going to see he's just wide open down the seam. And it's because this ISO side guy is really keeping this middle third to his side. So what happens if the middle third is on the cluster side? Let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to block my running back here. So what I want to show you is the wheel route's going to be open. In this case, you're going to see that he will be open. He is actually open early. You can maybe make that a read earlier if you really want to. but he will be open along the sideline unless he gets matched. As you can see, you are going to have that open still, even though cover 3 is patched to the point where it does kind of cover this combo. Because usually what was happening was this guy was getting occupied by the wheel, but now he's just straight up bailing, which is good. So this was actually one of the better things that came from the patch. This route combo specifically. Now, don't get me wrong, cover 3 is still busted, and there's actually some new stuff out that is really nasty towards cover 3. But this route combo is going to be still very good, like I said, when the safety is rotating from the other side of the field. And if the safety is on the same side of the field, you can actually pass lead Mike Evans to the right, so towards the middle of the field. So I'm trying to get a good look. I don't know how that guy just shed me instantly. Let me go ahead and just show you instead of just going through random play. So we'll go to verticals, and then we'll choose a cover 3. Cover 3 sky, I hope. Please be the right safety. It is. So actually, look at this. Look at this real quick. Look at what happened. Notice how the safety was on the same side as the cluster, yet he goes and defends the ISO. I find that really interesting. It actually made the window pretty tight here. But typically speaking, he won't be this aggressive going towards the ISO. But in this case, you know, you're going to have the pass lead to the left for your slot receiver. It's really kind of just realizing what the middle third safety is doing and throw it to the guy that he's not covering. One of the two is going to be open. So that's one of the setups I like out of verticals. I do have 6 different setups that go over this play. And that's one of the best plays in the formation, verticals. Very, very good. And then I should show you guys one more. We'll go ahead and maybe show you. Let's just do Z-spot, for instance. This is a very simple play. I only like running this on like a first and, well, I wouldn't say first and 10. If there's a distance of like 10 yards, the reason for that is I like the smart route, the corner route. Just gives us more depth on his route. Now, if you have slot apprentice, you can just put him on a corner route, and then you don't have to deal with that really. But for the sake of this example, I'm going to smart route him. I'm going to streak B, and then I'll put X on a curl. So really what we're looking to do here is just attack the right sideline. And if they don't have a double Mabel, we're going to have a completion. So let's go ahead and snap it. So right here, I made the wrong read. But the good thing about this play is if you make the wrong read with your tight end, you're probably not going to get picked. It's really hard to get picked throwing to these tight end flats. So if you guess wrong, it's not the end of the world, typically. And then against man coverage, you're usually going to have this. Corner route's going to get open. He dropped the ball, but it's just a simple flood concept. I don't think I need to go over this play too much for you guys to understand the purpose of it. And then, you know, God forbid they shoot out to the right side with their user. Really what you're looking for is, you know, the backside curl. As you can see, this gets over a hard flat. Of course it does. I mean, there's no reason it shouldn't. But it does not get over, I don't think it gets over a standard cloud. It might get over a standard cloud. I don't think it gets over a 20 cloud flat. So we're like this again. And as you can see, I forgot to put X on a curl, but that's pretty much going to be it, guys. I have a few different setups out of this as well that we go over, none of which require slot apprentice. But if you guys want access to all 50 setups that I have out of this playbook, please head over to acemadden.com. Check out my Zona air raid offense, and it's greatly appreciated. So that's going to be it. Drop a like if you enjoyed. I'll see you guys later.